Hey everyone, so this happened extremely fast. Like overnight, literally.
It just poofed from one day to another. As soon as it just started to put out the little buds, it just day after day after day, just poof, 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 pink. This morning, one of her daughters was like, Mom, that's enough pink. There's a lot of pink.
Yeah, lots of pink. and there's plenty all over the place, so it's exciting.
I think she's probably going to do this for like a few more weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So who is this we're talking about for anybody that's new to this, to our channel or the video? This is Peggy Martin Rose. And there is 2 of them. And this is literally not even her first year yet. We still have, a couple of months. We planted them a little late.
We planted this
last year.
This one we planted last spring, towards the middle or end of spring. And then this one we went last minute and purchased it again. And that was probably early summer maybe.
But it was already hot.
This one was about a gallon or quart size. That was a good 3-gallon pot.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've grown extremely fast, and it's only its first full year, not even a full year, and it's doing extremely well. It's a rose that I just can't believe how fast it's grown.
The crazy thing is that I'm late this year on fertilizing the roses.
Yeah.
By a month. We were supposed to fertilize them last year. Right now we just finished doing a video.
Yeah.
Fertilizing them. Here's my rose tone from Espoma Organic, and I just fertilized them a while ago, and they're just doing amazing right now.
They're doing awesome, and a lot of it does have to do with we were talking about the fertilizer, because we keep getting the questions, what rose is this? Why is it growing so fast? Why is it so much? And the reason for that is we like to harp on it is just good care and maintenance when you first plant these roses. We use the Espoma Biotone to get the roots established. And that has a lot to do with your new plantings. It helps these roots absorb all the nutrients and water it needs at the very beginning. And then as you can talk about more fertilizing in fall and winter.
The fertilizing, you do it once a month. There is a schedule in whatever gardening zone you live in. Around here we start fertilizing, what is it? I forget. I'm so bad on that.
We want to do like early spring, you want to do is first fertilizing?
Last month. Last month we were supposed to fertilize.
Yes.
And then we stopped the fertilizing towards around, I think, before November.
Yes.
We don't do fertilizing anymore. We just start letting the roses rest.
Yeah.
But every month you continue to give them a good scoop of the flower tone.
Yeah. So,
it really does.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with this. All this blooming is no fertilizing at all. So a lot of these blooms have to do, again, like I said, with good care and maintenance. We did the last fertilization. I want to say early fall. We did that when fall was about to start, and we just let it do its thing because it was no longer going to bloom. Now this rose will probably bloom again this fall, but we want to give it some fertilization so that way it stores all that energy. This is no fertilization since fall.
Since fall. So this is a 1-time or 2-time bloomer.
Yeah.
I hear that it blooms for some in spring and then towards fall.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet. I did get to see a little bit of flowering in almost every month there was a little bit of flowering here and there. So I don't know if that's normal, but it did that for us. Not like a lot of flowering, but
not a lot, but we did have some clusters here and there, which is great. And like I said, the clusters that we did have were very small, and they're just coming out great and big. I mean, they absolutely look beautiful. I mean, it's just a rose that
we have. We do everything as well the same with the ones in containers, because we do have a lot of containers, roses in containers, and we have to fertilize them as well the same way. I went ahead and fertilized them even though in the containers. Even though we're going to be moving them into the ground pretty soon, I will leave some in containers just so I can continue to show everyone that it is very easy as well to grow them in containers. But yeah, this one has been in the ground. It's the easiest thing to do to have them in the ground, I'm going to tell you, because you don't really have to water them a lot. Once they're established, maybe just once a week.
Yeah, with these kinds of roses,
Yeah, but in the beginning, I was actually fertilizing it. Watering it maybe. I'm gonna say a good watering every 3 days.
Yeah, about every 3 days until it got really, really established.
The first month I was doing that. After that, I didn't. I kind of even forgot and left it alone.
Yeah.
But it's such a good rose, and we hear it everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and take you around and to show you the rest of of kind of the little accident I just let happen on the sides of the fence, it just...
So I'll grab the camera so Angie can show you guys that.
So what way do we go? This is my favorite view. So I'm over here walking so fast. Ambrose is probably trying to take its time. So I'm kind of telling the roses to take it slow a bit on the blooming because we're still creating our garden and I still haven't been able to plant in front of here. I'm planning on making the beds, cleaning out the beds right here where you see the Harlequin roses extending out and planting some beautiful perennials that we already have waiting. It has been raining and we just haven't had the time to do it. But look at this. There's a little fence here, and we did not plan to let it make its way over. I did not want to do that because I thought it was going to suffocate this rose in front of it, but they became best friends. Harlequin and Peggy Martin just look beautiful. They have the same pink tones, and then how this one has yellow in the center. It just looks so pretty, the little clusters. But I don't know if Ambrose can take a view from here like this. Wow. Isn't that just pretty? And then this right here, this is where the actual rose is planted, in here. It has grown a lot. There is something that we love a lot, and my daughter loves to come and see. I know there's bigger pieces, but it has these tiny little leaves. And as it starts growing, if you are looking for something that if you would like to put against a wall, create a wall of it, this would be perfect. It would just cover it completely. And I think, I don't know, with time, I'm starting to think that maybe I should, because this back here is another room, a garden room. Maybe, just maybe, I might start doing that and go up with it. That's still thinking. Let's come on to the other side so y'all can see it. And excuse the garden. Like I said, there's a lot going on right now. So, like Ambrose said, this one is a smaller one that we planted a little later. But it's also made its way over. Now we have plans to add two more on this side and do two more arch on the side. So why I did get a question once. I'll come over here. So we did get a question on why did I choose to put a rose that was only going to bloom one time or just, maybe twice a year. I didn't go with a rebloomer because we have a lot of roses that are rebloomers. I love a lot of color. I love to add a lot of annuals, and I love to play with a lot of perennials, and all that is going to be blooming through the whole season. And I just want this to go green. I don't want too much. I feel like it's going to be way too chaotic if you have all this in bloom and then you have everything else blooming too. I just kind of wanted to just be calm and just be this big thing of green. It is a new garden too. We haven't done anything in the back. We haven't thought of yet. I did pick out some trees for the back, but we weren't there yet when we first started. We knew in the beginning when we arrived here that we wanted to have an arch right here. We knew that for a fact. That's why I went ahead and planted them, but I did want something that would just be green. So at that, this rose it works as an evergreen through winter. It only lost a little bit of its leaves on the last month, which was just a few weeks. So that was amazing to see too. So I want to see greenery. It's very important for me. As much as I'm a flower lover, guys, there needs to be green in the garden. There has to be green so the flowers have, there can be a background. It just looks beautiful in that way. So I'm in love with this rose, and I know it hasn't been such a long time. I know you guys, wondering how in the world is this happening through all social media platforms that we share. Especially the people from here, our new garden friends from San Antonio, they've been asking, guys, you've just been there such a short time. How is this happening in the garden and through the whole season? It's what we use. We fertilize really well. We use a good fertilizer. The Spoma organic fertilizer is amazing. That's why these roses just keep going too, and everything else that we have in the garden. I'm going to go ahead and have Ambrose come over here. I just wanted to show y'all what's going on, and hopefully you guys are happy what y'all seen. I know that y'all been asking where did we get the arch and where did we get the fence. We'll leave the links down below. We got them through Amazon, and they weren't that expensive either. I didn't want to get anything too expensive as well, but they are sturdy. They do work well. Ambrose did have to reinforce it. I think you staked it down, didn't you?
Yes.
Because we did have one time only, we had really harsh winds, and it did end up coming down. It wasn't too bad, but Ambrose was able to stake it, and it's fine now. Okay, so I had to bring Ambrose over so I can just not be rambling too much, because I love talking about the roses.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't even know how much more to say. Angie pretty much covered it all, but again, such a beautiful rose. I know she talked about the arches and the fence, and people have been asking those questions. Now, none of this is anything expensive. It's very inexpensive products, because we're not worried about the expensive stuff, because this rose is going to absolutely cover it. And along the fence here, we're going to have it completely covered. So if you're looking for something very inexpensive to look nice in the garden, definitely I'll link those down below. I couldn't say the price. I really don't know how much it costs, but it wasn't something pricey. But love the rose. I mean, it's covering it up. You can't even see it.
I'm in heaven right now.
Yeah.
I am in heaven. I don't know, because probably some of y'all doesn't have a scent. This one doesn't have a scent, and I don't care.
No, that's not something. We have plenty of scent
We
in
have
the
so
garden.
many more roses, and we'll
Yeah.
do a video showing everybody else as they're blooming. I still have containers to do in the
Yeah.
front, and like I was telling you, I'm kind of saying, hold on, roses,
Yeah.
wait, let me put all the rest of the pretty in.
Yeah, so we really hope you enjoyed this video. We do want to, hopefully this rose is still blooming. I think it goes for another 3 weeks, and we
Maybe.
can get everything. I don't know if we're gonna get everything going, but there's a lot of projects we need to get done. Hopefully we get some projects done so we can actually do a rose tour with this and with everything we have going on. Hopefully it'll still be blooming, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Do you have anything else?
No.
All right.
Done.
Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.